Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to my very first map drawing stream where we will be drawing this continent here. What I've done is I've put in the basic lines of the continent so we can get it down to actually filling it in with various terrain types. Now, I have made a note of the terrain types that I want to feature in the continent if possible. We've got some ice wastes, we've got some tundra, we've got some mountains, we've got some desert, so a very arid landscape, a bit like the Gobi Desert. Not like a sandy desert, but more like a dust, more like dust or a dirt type of desert. And the flaming death vortex that I'm sure everyone has seen in the news. I want to include that somewhere, so that I thought that was a very interesting kind of phenomenon that we could use because of the way it looks. I hope you've seen that. I don't really have a picture. I should have probably found one. So what we'll do is we'll wait for some suggestions. If no suggestions come, what I'll do is I'll just line in the coastline of the map and we'll go from there. Oh, hello two people. I hope that you will enjoy the map drawing stream that I will try and do. It's very nice of you to join me today. As I said, this is my very first map drawing stream, which is, I hope will go well. Okay, so if you have any questions or you have anything to ask, I'm quite happy to answer it about the setting that I'm doing or the map that we're featuring. This is going to be the main central continent in the setting, which are called Oceleth. Oceleth is something that I want to do for a sort of like 5th edition or Pathfinder-ish setting that I'm writing or messing around with. Now, there are certain parts of it that are inspired by some settings that I like. I'm sure that every DM is inspired by other settings and other things. Maybe they take bits and pieces from, for example, Forgotten Realms or Dark Sun or Planescape or Spelljammer or anything like that. This one itself is I won't say Spelljammer and I won't say Planescape exactly. Maybe bits of Forgotten Realms, maybe a bit. I really like Icewind Dale, the Icewind Dale setting. So I'm using, for example, like an ice waste part of the continent here. So we're going to use that kind of terrain, but not exactly the same setting. We're obviously going to change things up. So Oceleth is hardy. This is the central main continent. Think of the planet as tidally locked, so there's not much like tides and stuff because its orbit's a rather large gas giant. So the days are a bit strange because sometimes, you know, when it's orbiting the gas giant, its days are a bit unusual. For example, sometimes they'll be faster, sometimes they'll be slower because of the wonky orbit. Okay. I hope my audio is fine. Alright then, so as we have no suggestions, let's get back to drawing. What I like to do is when I draw maps is I like to do a sort of wavy effect around the coastline. Now, if you notice, some places I have left, for example, I've left this little gap here, and there's another one, I believe, somewhere else. What they are is they're major riverheads. There's one there, there's one there. I probably should put another one in over here. But we have here, over here, we have this part here, this large peninsula here. So we probably should put another large water source. Oh, I already did, so we've got that one there as well. So if you imagine, the ice wastes are probably near the northern part of Oceleth. The desert, maybe the southern part, or maybe the central part, depending on how things go. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll just draw in the wavy effect on the coastlines. I am drawing this with a mouse, so it's probably taking me a bit longer than normal for normal people because I use the mouse. Because I found out that I much prefer using the mouse for certain this sort of work, especially for the line out work on the maps that I draw. Simply because I think I've got a much better control over it than the pen. Whereas I'll use the pen for example, I'll use it for the mountains, or I'll use it for features or names. Alright, so we will go back to my colours. I like drawing in this ready colour for my maps as well. At least to start with. So we've used a parchment colour or off-white colour for the base of the map, and we're using this ready colour for the line work of the map. I know some people like using black, but I thought this crimson-y colour was nicer, so I like using that one. To find. Yep. Oh no! Please tell me that I saved the colour for the red. Oh no. Okay, so I'll go here. Yep. Well, selecting Mr. Pen tool. Where's the G pen? G pen, there we are. So off we go. Oh, hello, Orc from Mork. Hello. How are you today? I hope you are doing well. As we can see, as you've just joined me and said hello, we'll just look over the thing again. So what I'll do is I'll just zoom out. So this is the type of terrains that I want on the continent. So if you have any suggestions for things we could put in relating to that, that would be great. Yeah. Oh, how many people have heard that? Oh, another Twitter viewer. Oh, thank you for joining me yet again. And hello, Violets TV. Hello, thank you for joining me. And another viewer. And Mork from Mork. Why do I think Mork from Mork? Probably because of that series that was on. Yeah, that probably just. It was a bit before my time, but it was on repeat a lot on Channel 4 when I was growing up. So yeah. So if you have any ideas or any thoughts of what we could put in, that'd be great. So for now, we'll just continue with our coastline effect. Now, I don't know where I first spotted this coastline effect that I like doing. So we will just add this to our Okay, so we'll just line in the... You're doing the crazy thing. So yeah, we'll be using the... Oh, you're painting miniatures. Oh, what are you painting at the moment? Anything fun? Oh, yeah. It was a fun series, wasn't it? I think the later seasons of it were a bit weird, especially when they had that kid together. It was a bit strange. So yeah, so we'll be using Mr. Mouse. It doesn't look like much at the moment, but when you do it, it gives it a sort of like coastline effect. I think I spotted it on a guy that was doing a stream at once, or it was a YouTube video or something, and ever since then I quite like this wavy effect on the map. It isn't for everyone though. Oh yeah, the loot golem, the coin one. Yeah, that's yeah, I noticed that. That was really cool actually. The loot golem. It reminded me of those things in WoW, didn't it? Those gold elementals and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I like the contrast that you're doing with the silver and the gold coins. Are you gonna add some bronze or copper coins as well? Metal paints, you know, when you're painting with metallics, they're always very hit and miss, especially, you know, after a little while. There are some really good metallic paints. For example, I quite like the Tamiya metallics, but they go bad they can go bad, and they can separate very badly, and they stink as well because of what they add to them. I'm talking about the acrylic ones, not the enamel ones that they do. They add something really weird to them. Yes, but they can't be sent by regular post as well. Yeah. Used to be able to, but not anymore. Yeah, I'm just doing that. We can think of something to add. For example, we need to come up with some nation names, or how many nations or countries share the continent, and we need to come up with some races that might be featured on this continent. Yeah, one of the races that I'm doing are going to be Beholder inspired, or Eye Tyrant inspired, or Killer Eye inspired. So yeah, there's going to be like a fraction of them that are not evil, because they were heavily damaged when they crashed here, and the survivors are all copies of that one person who basically had massive well, he was involved in a Spelljammer crash, and he was the only survivor, and ever since then they're all copies of him, and they're quite, well, they're not evil, but they're not good, they're more neutral. But yeah, that's the one. Oh, you based it in copper, then I'm adding silver and gold individually. Oh, so it's that's a more coppery colour. It looks gold on my screen. It's probably my contrast settings are off. Yeah. I used to work with a workshop, but I moved over to Clip. There's a lot more stuff available, especially if you got, because they give you so many coins and stuff. When you log in every day, they give you coins, and you can get some brushes, and you can get some tones and stuff for free. So they do it occasionally. They did it during the Lantern Festival. They did like 3 in a row this year. I didn't spend all the coins because I didn't know what to get, but I bought some brushes and I bought some tones with the coins that I had. You can donate them to people who put free stuff up. So I donated some to the brush that I like. Do I have it here? I don't have it here. But yeah, he's got this brush called Butterbrout, which is like a really creamy, like really nice effect. It gives you like nice smooth effect. I am zoomed in quite a lot when I do the coastlines, so it gives it more pixel look, but that's what we've got so far. But yeah, those are the 20 tips. Again, anyone has any ideas? I'm going to be painting my poor boy killer boss again later on tonight. I'm gonna start doing the clothing on him. Maybe I'll do the like the face plates. I've got a really nice red thought about using. It's not the same red as they use. It's not the Uber Sun Scarlet one. It's more of a pinky red. Quite cool. So as we get near the top here, this is when we're going to start getting near the polar ice cap of the planet. So I need to think about how much of this is ice waste, basically, and how far the can't remember, but there's a special name for when the ice and snow go over a certain line. But yeah, I've got to think about that. So unless anyone has any suggestions. Oh, hello, Academy Impossible. It's very nice of you to join me. Thank you very much. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Yeah, so got to think about how far we get up. Yeah, we're just doing the coastlines until I get some suggestions for some place names or where you think certain things should be. I don't like that's too square there, so we're going to change that, I think. So yeah, what we'll do in here is doing in the coastline bits. We'll just chill time. Drawing the map, just very easily going through it. Oh yeah, probably should have done that. Yeah. So what we'll do is I'll mark the equator line. So do it that now. I'll put that on a different layer, so we can always switch it off if it gets annoying. So what we'll do is we'll just make a line tool, and we will use we'll just save this color. If I can figure out how to do it. Oh no. I'm not sure what I've done, but I'm not sure how to get that back down. Okay. Just one moment, I just need to check Mr. Wikipedia. Okay, alright then. Do is we'll zoom in. Right now. How do I sample the colour? I'm a bit stuck now. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll just draw the equator and then I'll figure out what I'm doing with the old colours here. So what we'll do is we'll set the equator about here. set the equator, and we'll just make ourselves a little note as well. Not so big, but we'll just make ourselves a little. You. More there. Okay, so that's what we'll do. Go down a bit as well. Thank you. So where we go? Yeah. Up. Okay, so that's what we've done, and we've marked the equator, and go back to trying to figure out how to do this. It's the eyedropper tool. Okay. And now we'll save the colour if we can, if I can figure out how to save it. I'm supposed to be adding the colour, but it doesn't seem to want to save it for some reason. I'm not sure why. Alright, we'll just use the eyedropper tool, and we'll just do it the long way around. Okay, so eyedropper up. We'll use the eyedropper again, and we'll just continue on layering out the you can probably guess that I'm quite well. I'm not exactly new to Clip. It's just that sometimes I forget how to do certain things in it. Unfortunately, so it's stupid. Just make the straight parts a bit more or less straight, so they're a bit more interesting. Drop in. A lot of the stuff and world building and stuff, what I'll do is I'll just think to myself, does so and so fit? Yeah, okay, I'll use that. But does so and so fit? No, I won't use that. That's how I do it usually. I just like wing a lot of stuff in world building. Sometimes I get inspired by things and I'll keep them. Such as the example, like what is it called? Pattern or something somewhere, or oh, I got this actually. This continent. My cat helped me. Oh, that's a cool shape. I'll use it for continent. And there we are. There we are. So yeah, now we're getting to the top part, aren't we? We're getting to the top part of it. So here we're gonna start moving into the ice fields. Oh, not quite. So I might have to put up myself another line where we're gonna get the polar region, so I can make a note. See, because if something's tightly locked, it's not temperature locked, is it? I'm not sure about that. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll just do another. That's the right one. So we'll move on to the third layer again. We'll go to 4, black, and we'll have like polar zone. And what we'll do is we'll mark the polar zone. Edit, undo. Maybe like that. Yeah. So this here would be the temperate zone, I guess. But considering we've got tundra, mountains, a desert area, and we've got a flaming death vortex. So in this region, we probably will be the most habitable region. Is this one? So we're probably going to have some tundra, maybe some mountains. The start of the ice wastes maybe here. And here maybe lots of desert areas. Yeah, it's not a very pleasant place. So we're going to have a little continent here. We're going to have a continent here as well, and we might have like a collection of islands here, but we're just doing this central part at the moment. Different regions in the world can share the same latitude but have different temperature zones. Oh, okay, alright then. Well, that helps a lot then. So we don't have to, we can always remove that, remove that then. We can just mess around with the temperature zones a bit. That'll be good. I'm not getting notifications again, which is a bit annoying. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why it's not pinging. Is there a setting that I haven't put on? Not that I see. Not that I see anyway, but apparently. I wonder how that works then. I guess because Siberia might be in the same which one is the across one? Is it longitude or latitude? I'm not sure now. Probably should know that if I'm drawing a map, shouldn't I? Anyway, latitude is horizon. Oh, okay, thank you very much. Yeah, so yeah, because Britain's on the same one as quite a few other countries, and I think that lots of those are colder than we are. Last I looked anyway. Well, Siberia's definitely close. Vertical. Yeah, I guess it was vertical. Let's get back to yeah, we need to think about the ice wastes. I did a little test with Clip earlier on during the day and it crashed halfway through, so hopefully that won't happen again. Be bad. That would be very bad. Go back to the vector layer where we can do the lines very nicely. You know, I've probably been drawing maps off and on for a few years, and I just learned what a vector layer was today. Well, I suppose it's all a learning experience as well, isn't it? As I said, I used to use Photoshop, and then my version of Photoshop was it's quite old. It was one that came on like a promotion or something, a disc or something, and they give you like a promotion copy. That cliff. Because of the thingy. Everyone having a nice, calm Sunday? You know, there's a... Oh, it should... Probably gonna rain all week, that's what it says. That's what it says. Hopefully not though. You know, it'd be nice if there was some breaks in. Like that. British summer, we have like a week of decent weather, and then the rest of it's just either grey, humid, or raining, or both, or all three, like it is now. Really weird, because very little sun, cloud is very low, and I might make a flying, not a continent exactly, what would you call it, island? Yes, you could call it an island, but you can have a pretty big island, so yeah, it would be a flying island. Somewhere in this world. So, I need to think of, I'll probably make the beholders live on there, to be honest. They're crazy. Or the beholder-like race. Probably going to be a load of merchants. Be very similar to the arcane in other settings. Covered in a video, the arcane. They're very strange, the arcane are. Very strange. Oh, this is probably coastline and like the wavy effects are probably the most time consuming parts of doing the map. So that's why I try to do the coast beforehand. I was thinking it won't take too long. Elevation plays the climates as well as geological formations. Oh, you mean like mountains and stuff? I suppose that would yeah. Of it would, especially when there's so many above sea level and so many below. I think where I am in the UK is the highest point, or one of the highest points above sea level, unless you're in a mountain. Where I am is like on top of a hill kind of thing, even though we still get flooding occasionally for some reason. They can't manage the rivers very well. Hope everyone is staying hydrated. Yes, I have tea, so probably tell. Speaking of tea, I don't know what people's obsession with bubble tea or boba tea is, but just the thought of like solids in a drink, even if they're like gummy or chewy, just puts me off. Nope. If you want a drink, have a drink. If you want a snack, have a snack. Don't mix the two. I mean, if you like it, go for it, but no. Like, don't like bubble tea beds. Maybe I'll do oh, I'll probably try and see. You see, this stream seems to be going a lot better than yesterday's, because maybe I didn't announce it beforehand, and well, it was a bit scuffed in places. I'm going to be honest, it was a bit scuffed. This one probably isn't greatly doing well, but it's doing better than yesterday, and I've got more people in, so that's good. Yep, I really appreciate that you're here. Wow, I've got quite a few people in. Wow, I'm really doing well. Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate it. Hello, Rez. Hello, Violet, and hi, Fun. Great to see you, Commander Root. Oh, cool. Thank you very much for joining me, Pete, Girly. Discord for streamers. Is that my Discord or is that some other thing? And 2020. So if you got any suggestions for any features, cities or country names or anything like that, that's the kind of thing we'll just zoom out. These are the terrain types that I want to do in this continent. But if you've got any ideas for example, a city, or I don't know, a forest or a volcano or the name of a desert, we can pencil it in now, and then we can expand on how big it is in a minute. So anything that you can think of, you can do. So yeah, just let me know. I will check. I've only got one monitor. I know people have lots of monitors sometimes, but I only have one. So yeah, I have to keep checking on the chat. So, and there's no pinging sound for some reason. So yeah, we're just going to continue with the coastline until someone says, "I want a city named Fishimus or something." I need to download those Dollarwood. Would be cool if you could have a town filled with an underrace. You mean some sort of drow or mind flayers or something like that? Well, there's the beholders that live in a flying city. Well, they're not beholders. They're like kind of bold beholder king basically. That I'm going to come up with, so you can play them as a playable race. Yeah, but underused race. Oh, okay. So, what people's thoughts on what underused race? Name one. I'm quite happy to put any kind of racing really, especially if it's something that might be not considered a race normally or playable race. Really interested in expanding playable races beyond the humanoid ones. So for example, we could have like, I'm going to use an example from my game that I was working on and off on. No, I'm still working on and off on. I had insects, I had a bee race, and I had a psychic octopus race. But yeah, anything really like that. Glitched Modroids. Okay, now I'm going to look what that is. Oh, you mean the Modrons. Oh. The Modrons. Oh, yes. Oh, why? Ah, so like the mechanical, like clockworky race? Yeah, that would be cool. Modroids actually, there's an article in a Dragon magazine, and that was really good. Oh, I spent too much time on that, to be honest. Yeah, definitely. We can put a Modroids in. Glitched Modroids. That have escaped, what's his name? But it won't be the same because we're not going to, well, we might do. We might put it in the, like, crystal spheres, but we're going to say it's cut off from the other planes. And it has, like, demi-planes versions of them. So, yeah, where would you like to put it, Rez? If you have an idea of where to put it. Would be cool. Yeah, Modroids, definitely. One of my favourite races. Especially my first exposure to Modroids was Planescape. So there was that character in it, Planescape, that was that guy that I spent ages and ages and ages trying to find, because you have to find him in like the when you get mazed. Yeah, that's what the desert or the tundra would be good. So we're looking at around here-ish or around here-ish. Left, centre or right. We can have him on the peninsula, we can have them on this part here, or we can have them on those two. The roads. Yeah. No, they might be yeah. They're really cool ways to move water. Definitely, we're definitely doing. Yeah, okay, so where should we do? Well, as we've got nothing so far, we're pretty open on our choices. So what I'll do is I'll just mute this layer for now. I'll mute the equator for now. And we'll put them here-ish. Yeah. Unless anyone has any preferences. No? No? Okay, so we'll just pencil them in here. And we'll use Mr. Grey. And we will use we will make for now we won't draw the cities in. What we'll do is make some marks. And we'll come to doing the cities a bit more detailed when we get working on it. But yeah, we'll put them in here. We'll so there will see cities, as I understand it, like really lots of them develop around either rivers or around the coastlines. That way, that's how you get. That's why you get London, because it's on that big river and stuff. Because it's easier for transportation, or used to be. Yeah, we can put that. Oh. Okay, so we'll put it here. We'll make it fairly big. We'll make it a fairly big city. Yeah, well, rename this. Rename you. Alright, I won't rename you then. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll make it fairly big. We'll put basically here. And we'll just make ourselves a little note. And what we'll do is for now we'll just call them a city-state, and if we develop them into a nation we will, but for now what we'll do is we'll just include them in a city there-ish. That'll be quite want to make that a bit more darker, I think. Okay, yeah, that will do. There we go. Okay, so I'm just doing. Back in, just so we've got some nice markers, and then we will continue doing the coastline. because we need to. What we're doing, that's our objective for the day, is trying to finish the coastline off, and if anyone has any other suggestions for features or cities or anything else, we can put those in as well. And as time goes on, we will build up the city and build up the continent and the countries and the people that are living in them. Yeah. Mod droids, yeah. Cool. Thank you, Grace. Really appreciate that. So, let's get Mr. Dropper again. And back to pen. Right. Raining and it's sunny at the same time. Crazy weather. Really doesn't know what it wants to be. I quite like this part that happened by accident. It looks a bit like a dragon's head. So I might call it like Dragon's Pass or something, or, you know, something, or Wormling, something. I'm not sure what you'd call like an inlet like that. Nobody ever uses them. No, they don't. No, they are rather underused. I mean, sometimes you get them mentioned in Planescape, like you get the odd one or two. But considering how, what's his name, Mechanus, and like he has to know where they all are at all times, so glitched ones are always hunted. But as we'll say, this is cut off, they can basically survive without him being, well, jumping on them. And that was a crazy adventure. I don't know if you've ever played that one, the March of the Mordroids, where they just basically walk through every realm. And it's like a disaster scale event, because there's just millions and billions of them that just walk through all the realms. I think it was part of an adventure or a book, but I can't remember what the book was called. But I remember it was really hard to deal with because there was just so many. Even if they were like really low level and stuff, masses of them. And then you get the quadroids and the sphere ones. You get the cubes and all different shapes, don't you? And then you start, when you get up in high levels, you get the more humanish ones that have like multiple faces, which are really freaky looking. Obviously very inspired by depictions of angels with their multiple faces, multiple heads, or like the pagan gods with multiple heads. Statue of those, isn't there? The four-headed god, and they used that four-headed god in Exalted, in the Death Book, where you could play like Death Knights. Yeah, it was a good setting. Too bad the rules sucked. Everyone loved the lore, but no one liked the rules. I had the groups I was in anyway back then. So no one ever wanted to play it because the rules were just junky. I don't know. I should check out the modern version of Exalted to see if they fixed it. They probably haven't, considering what they did to BTM, this edition. Yeah, we're starting to get up to the ice waste now, aren't we? Unless we'll do an area that's more elevated, so it's colder on the east. I don't know, but I remember when we were talking about Dungeon Crawl Classics with Frankie. Well, there was this like campaign or something that someone sent me a link to, and it's really weird. It's really weird. It was like you were trapped in like this mage tower, and you had to learn different versions of like magic in order to escape, and the more magic that you use, the more mutated that you get. So I guess the goal of the campaign was to try and get out with as least amount of mutations as possible. But yeah, it was really weird. It's still fun though, you know, because I quite like the magic having consequences. Ah, so we've reached the point now where we've got like a river inlet that I let myself kept for the future. Now I'm not sure how rivers or river inlets work in Arctic regions, so that might be something to check on, or if someone has an idea. I'm offline? What the heck? It is on live, so I'm not sure why it was saying I was offline on that part. That was very strange. But do let me know. Okay, oh, that's good. Thank you very much for telling me. Yeah, it was saying I was like offline. That was very strange. Oh, I'm not sure why it was said that, but that's good that you can see and hear me. Oh, speaking of, right, so when you do your world building, Mork, do you do topographical map? So like the heights as well? Or do you just do like more like this sort of thing? Topographical maps could be interesting. I would have to look up a bit how to do them properly, but I could probably think of one. Might be interesting to do. Especially for fantasy maps. I think if this goes well, the map runs go well, I think I will try and do my setting map for the solar system. So that might be interesting to try and do at one point in time, because you don't get many like solar maps. I guess it would be a solar map. So yeah, that might be something to try and do in the future. Everyone is doing well. Time for another drink. We could have some sort of table type mountain, or one of those flat top mountains that they have in South America. We could have something like that, but we could have theme it more for the icy area rather than the tropical zone. If you understand. I'm not sure what they're properly called, but I always call them table mountains, or because it just looks like there's like someone's cut the top off it, doesn't it? And whenever you'd watch those ancient alien things on Discovery or something, they would go, oh, proof of aliens, look, clean cut. Impossible. But yeah. Yeah. Probably best. And yeah, quite a bit of work, yeah. Because they're very weird, aren't they? They've got really different colours and stuff. Yeah. We're going to put some good work into this, man. Do it over a few weekends, maybe. Maybe I'll try and do a few hours during the week, one of the days. Probably Thursday, maybe? Thursday would be good. Yeah, this stream is going really well. All sleepy, which means they'll be running around like zoomy monsters later. Oh, it's called a mesa. Oh, thank you very much for telling me that. Oh, cool. We should put one in. Yeah, we should put one in. You want to come up with a name for it? That would be cool. Everyone? No? More names and stuff you can help me with? That'd be great. What I would normally do for maps is I would normally hand draw them. And then I would scan the hand drawn like thing in, but my cat helped me with this one, so that's why I already drew it in, because you wouldn't want to see the disaster that my cat made creating it. Now it looks very pixelated at the moment, but that's because I'm zooming in to do this part. Don't be put off by the did your debut go okay? Fun? Oh, I should download that Dollarwood book, shouldn't I, and look through it before we start, really, because I don't really know what the setting's about, so I should really look at that book. Arton. The Arton, yeah. I've seen the Arton, actually, the Arton tablet. When it came to London, it was really impressive, really impressive. It's like something that, like, when you see it on, like, programs and stuff, seeing in real life is a completely different kettle of fish. Completely different kettle of fish. And I saw a replica of the shield that supposedly Cortez got from Montezuma. That was in the British Museum when they had like the Mesoamerican exhibit, and they had like this like stone, like it was imagine like a bird bath but bigger, like a vessel, but it had like carvings on the bottom part, and it was turned because there was like a little plaque on it. It was turned into like a font for a church, and like obviously they covered the bits up, but they'd saved it and they'd reclaimed it, and you could see all the carvings on it. It was really cool, really cool. And they had like a mock-up of a Machu Picchu and all stuff like that. It was really cool, really cool. British Museum. But I think that where we saw the I went with a couple of people. Where we saw the Arton and the Egyptian stuff, that was at the Millennium Dome. Yeah, Millennium Dome they built for the Millennium. Looked like a big plastic. But where we saw the Aztec stuff was in the British Museum. It was in the side rooms. It's really cool. We got quite a lot of stuff. Well, we looted quite a lot of stuff, should I say? But yeah, we've got the Elgin marbles. We've got quite a few bits and pieces. Got some cool dinosaurs as well. Really cool. Really appreciate you all coming today, even if you're just lurking and saying nothing. But yeah, I hope that it's a nice chill stream. I was looking for some background music, but I wasn't sure if I could use the DOVA tracks that I use on my videos, and I don't want the Twitch hammer to come down on me, to be honest, because I really don't know You see, I'm very, very new to streaming. I'm very, very new to videos. I've only been doing this for about, almost about 4.5 months now, nearly 5 months. It'll be 5 months in 15 days. It'll be 5 months and 15 days. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a bit of a while. I did it and I started in the beginning. Yes, because I wanted to just talk about manga and stuff. Because I noticed a lot of channels that talked about manga. You've got the people who did the shonen stuff, and you've got people who did the, you know, the heavy hitters. You got people who did like the mainstream stuff, like My Hero Academia, One Piece occasionally. You got people who did Hunter DxD or Naruto, but nobody really did those weird like series that don't get much attraction. I mean, some of them are getting it now. For example, 7 Seas have just licensed a few series that I really, really wanted to talk about, such as 2.5D, such as 100 Girlfriends Who Really, Really, Really Like You, which is, it's just hilarious. I know it's a harem series, so a lot of people are going to be like, oh god, is it, you know, it's going to be one of those, but it really takes it in a new direction. It is really very amusing. Like, you get this Yandere mother in one episode, and because he's got like this weird meta power, that he was cursed for a long time to have like nobody attracted to him, and then the god realises he's mistake and then flips it, but he accidentally flipped it too far. So if basically he isn't in love with, they aren't in love with him, they'll basically die. So he has to like juggle all these girlfriends and stuff, and it's really amusing. It really is. The designs on some of them are really good, really good. So yeah, I should talk about that before it gets localized into oblivion. But yeah. So anyway, back to talking about the map. How is your Yu-Gi-Oh going, Wes? Is there a tournament coming, I heard, soon? Yu-Gi-Oh is one of those games that was always around, and I was aware of certain cards and certain images, but I don't know, it just didn't interest me because of a certain person I knew, and they made it quite cringy, if you understand. And probably isn't, but when you badly associate something with someone, sometimes it's a bit hard to break it. Like Pokemon, the card game, it was just something I couldn't get into because of someone else, because of what they did. It was just like, no, I don't want to have to put up with them, because I'd be in the same group, because I'm in the same area. They still go to tournaments and everything, so not online ones probably. They like going into the in-person ones. It was very weird, but bless him, he was alright, and he was just very intense about certain things. He like made his own like plush toy, one of the characters. It was just like, well, whatever keeps you happy, man. Morning, Bandu, how are you doing? You alright? Not too bad. Yourself? Yeah, I've been inspired to draw on stream by you, actually, to be honest. Because I watched a bit of your sketching stream, and I thought, oh well, I'll give it a shot and see if it works. But yes, thank you very much for inspiring me to try it out. Will you be posting your golem up later to look at? Yeah, what we'll do is we'll carry on till 4:30. Come on, don't say that. You're a really good artist, to be honest. That's good. That's good. I really love seeing people's work in production. Really, really nice. I really like seeing how people, you know, develop something over time, and that's why I started to post the killer boss. The names of the orc guys, Just how did it pass community stand? But yeah, so I'll be posting. I'll be working on them a bit later. Doing the robes and some of the armour. Do like corroded armour, so I'll probably be doing lots of verdigris. It's always cool. I really like painting like rust and verdigris. It really is. It's really nice to do because it gives it such. Because you can paint it in such a different way than you would paint normally. For example, when I painted, I'll get a picture of it later on and show people that I was painting this bike, and I was painting the rust on the bike, but I painted the browns on it first, and then I built it up to oranges, and then I had flecks of metal instead of going from metal to browns to oranges. So you know, I did it in that way. It's really cool. It's really cool. It was an experiment, but I was quite pleased with it. Yeah, I'll dig that out and post it up so people can. And I'll finish that off because I quite like that. I probably will be changing the colour of the armour and stuff though. Not on the bike though, but on the person riding it. Right, probably after I finish my killer boss. Well, yes, Goblin Gary, hello. Oh no, hello Goblin Gary, yes. I wasn't trying to hide it. Oh yeah, things are all here, huh? All we need is, who do we need? We need, what's the name? Oh, gosh. Oh, I can't remember her name now. Oh, the best goblin, but I can't remember her name. And of course we need Dr. Frankie. Don't see him much recently for some reason, I'm not sure why. Oh, I've been aware. Oh. For example, I think doing this is more relaxing, this is more chill, and a little general chat about stuff. We can include Gary and Bandu. What I'll do is I'll just zoom out, so if you have an idea for anything we can put into the continent, these are the terrain types and things that I want to include in it. But if you have the idea for a city or an area or a mountain or something along those lines, let me know and we can put it in. All goblins are the best goblin. Very true. And we include bugbears and hobgoblins. Yeah, well, I was inspired by a certain sea that was on fire, the Gulf of Mexico. That's on fire with the swirling death flame vortex. Yeah, I was inspired by that. Put the iceways to the south. Ooh, that could be a very interesting idea to do, couldn't it? We could have like the higher elevation up there. But we would have to move a certain city though. We'd have to move the city that we put in because we want to put that in a arid area. We'd have to move here, the city here, to somewhere else, which we could do. We could move it up here near the Dragon's Head. That's what we'll do. So we'll do that then. what we'll do is we'll there we go. Idiot. So we'll move the city up north, and we could have a very weird, a very strange and we'll put it in him near the dragon head. That would be cool. Put the Medron city here-ish. Give them quite a lot of territory. This is obviously just yeah, and we'll move. Move. Might actually give them a bit more territory than just we can have them controlling the pass here, so they control all the traffic in and out of this area. That might be interesting to do, and we can have like a city a bit like, what is it, Prague? That's on two banks. We can do that. We can do that definitely. What we'll do is we'll just do something like that, and we'll have like a bridge here, and we'll build the bridge later on when we work more on the city itself. You live near the Gulf of Mexico? Ouch. Is it affecting a lot of stuff? Go back to Mr. Vector layout, and we will get Mr. Eyedropper and we'll continue. Yeah, but we'll make ourselves a little note as well. Where is the I don't know what it keeps wanting to do. We'll make ourselves a little note. Ice wastes in south. We'll make ourselves a little note. There we go. We made ourselves a little note of where the ice wastes are located. Probably should increase the size of that so we can see it when we're zoomed out. There we are. Maybe we'll make it more vibrant colour. That way we can see it when we're... We have like a... Is it? Okay. Are you still seeing me? Because I've got an error on my side. Still alive? I'm not sure. Well, let me know if I do go down or something, because it's a bit glitchy on my side. So let's continue with putting the yeah, it gave me some weird error. So I'm not sure if I'm still connected, so it would be yeah, that's good. Okay, thank you. But yeah, I really need to configure normal OBS instead of Streamlabs because it keeps glitching out on me, so I know that it's supposed to be better in the long run, but there's a lot more to set up in the beginning. But yeah, I should do that before next day, to be honest. I would like to continue working on this map, and if people are still following me or still watching me, still think I'm fun, we can even do the city maps, and we can do the solar map, and you know, we can do a lot of world building stuff. Build it all up over time in the stream. Although a lot of the stuff that I do within design would be very, I wouldn't say boring, but it would be a little more there'd be a lot of writing, and there would be a lot of me copy and pasting stuff, so I'm not sure if that would be interesting to do. But we could do a lore building stream, certainly. While I was doing something else, maybe doing a city map or something. We could definitely do that. So yeah, I just need to double line here, but yeah, I'm just thin that out. Okay. So if you've got a name for the flaming death vortex, that would be cool, or the Modron city, or Modroid city. Think of this world as something that is cut off from the traditional areas, a bit like Krinin, or a bit like Dark Sphere, or Sigil in Planescape, a bit like that, except there are demi-planes, so there are demi-planes linked to Hell, for example, but it wouldn't be the same one that you would find, for example, Toril or other worlds, or Greyhawk, or Wildmeat? Is that what the Roll20 one's called? Wildmeat? Yeah. I need to look at that PDF, but I just haven't had time. I've already watched a couple of Critical Role stuff. I watched the one where they had the voice actor for Samurai Jack. I watched that one. That was quite amusing. He was playing a goblin, and that was quite funny. And they were all like goblins, and they were trying to do stuff, and it just ended up with like, they had like this objective to steal something or other, and it just ended up with them like blowing up, I think it was like a whole city or something, but they caused a lot more chaos than they really should have, just to steal something very simple. That was the only one I ever saw, really. Probably should watch it, to be honest. It's supposed to be fun. I'll put it on in the background when I'm doing something else. You probably don't need to listen to it. Though I wonder how much are, when I like to RP or DM and stuff, I like more the RP aspect rather than the mechanic aspect. So I'm not going to say mechanics aren't important, because they are, but sometimes mechanics can really drag a game down, especially when, for example, I used to be part of a very big LARP group, live action roleplay group, years and years ago. We're talking like over 10 years, maybe 15 years ago, and this was like Vampire the Masquerade. This was like, there was an L5R one, Legend of the Five Rings one. But whenever you got into combat, you could spend a good hour in a combat, and that would be the night then. That just some combat, and if you couldn't resolve it in one evening, you'd have to continue it the next time. I think there was like a month of sessions that was just one long combat session, and the STs were not in the mood to, there was no negotiation on trying to simplify the combat. They were very stuck to their rules. I guess they were part of the CAM stuff, or the like the official body of role playing, and I think they had to follow the rules. As time went on, I think that they stopped that. But combat and stuff, dice checks, in my mind, they should always be secondary to gameplay, second to storytelling. I think that's not something, well, might be very popular with some people, but that's my opinion anyway. I like the idea of role playing to make a collaborative story rather than to make just roll a load of dice for 2 hours. Welcome if you've just joined us. We're just drawing this here map, and any suggestions for anything is really appreciated. I can note it down if we don't get to it today, so your suggestions will stay part of the lore and the world building. Already had some good suggestions, but we really need to figure out where to put that flaming death vortex. As I said, this is probably the most time consuming of doing game. Well, in my case, probably not in other people's cases. People probably just use the thingy tool, and I will just go beep beep beep, and it's all done. Now I quite like to do it with the mouse. It makes it feel like I've got more control. And no, I don't normally draw everything with the mouse on the computer. When I'm doing my pixel drawings I do, but less so when I'm doing stuff like this, especially for mountain ranges and stuff like that. Switch to my pen and stuff, so. I hope everyone is having a nice Sunday. What we're going to do is we're going to have half an hour now of doing this. then I will post what we've done online, and we'll tune in next time, probably on the Thursday, maybe around maybe around 2:30 BST to 4:30. A bit like this time. I'd like to get to affiliates at least by August. If that's possible. If not, we don't need to worry about it. No harm in not reaching that. We've still got a lot of time. So, you know, if we grow slowly. If we grow fast, grow fast. Sometimes your videos get lots of views. We get none. What I might do is I might download the VOD and put it on my YouTube channel as well. Yep, I might do that. That might be fun. That way, if people are interested in the process of this map and the world and how we talked, that might be fun. But we'll see how it goes. Because for some reason Twitch deleted all my VODs for last month. I mean, I only streamed about 4 times last month, but it's a bit sad that they all got deleted. Don't know why, no reasons given, but poof, gone. I'm not sure if you have to click something or something for them to keep longer than a minute. Oh, welcome back. Oh, welcome back. How's your painting going? Okay. Stay hydrated, everybody. I'm the last person that should be telling other people to stay hydrated. At times I've made myself fucking pass out. When I'm stressed. Yeah, this is just a very gentle, easygoing stream. Easygoing. Probably will add backing music though to when I do the VOD. That way it's not so quiet in the background anyway. In the background. The only trouble is I don't know if you can use DOVA music, as I said, for this, but maybe I'll try and find out for next time. Because, yeah, some music might help. Especially if it's very gentle, very easygoing. Or I might have to look up some music you can use. Maybe I have to... You have to pay for it or something? I was looking for it before I started, but all I could find was a paid one. License you the music, but I'm not sure. I would just want something very gentle, very small, very easy going. Not jazz, but just very low music. We could always go death metal. That might be interesting. We have this island over here. So if anyone has any ideas who could live here in this island, be a good time. Yes, I am using a mouse. I am drawing with a mouse. I like drawing the outlines of things with mice, or when I do my pixel art, I like drawing with a mouse. I just... I don't know. I use a pen for some things. Like, I use my stylus for some things, but why not? Come on, it's not that bad. I think it gives you a bit more control. Don't crash on me, please. I'll just save it before we. Yeah. Anyway, just saving it. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I'll be using my stylus at some point, but for the coastlines and some of the terrain features, I have to use a mouse because whenever I've used a pen, I don't know, it just doesn't seem to feel right. But when I'm I think it's a bit. It's a bit hard to judge really, because I think it depends on what program you're using, how good the mouse activity is with it. Like Aspirite, when I do pixel stuff, that's 50-50. I could use either, but I like using the mouse, especially for example, I just think you've got more control over a mouse, especially for line work. For filling stuff in, the pen's fine, or if you're handwriting stuff, pen's fine. I remember having to use a mouse on Paint and like Windows 95 stuff. Maybe that's why. Oh yeah, I want to include the Yanti as well. Or always like them. Really like Yanti. I had one. Played one edit under a Yanti like blooded one, and they had Yanti. They were human looking, but they had Yanti blood, and they had like snake pupils as well. That was one of my D&D characters. And I think they were true neutral. They weren't good, they weren't evil. And no, it wasn't a bard, it was a, I think it was a ranger. I can't remember now, but I remember it was a Yanti. So. No, it was an arcane archer. That's what it was an arcane archer. I think I was, yeah, I was a ranger and then it went arcane archer. But I don't know what they've done to arcane archers now, I need to look at that. I've been heavily more into Pathfinder recently. The last few years. Plays better as a system. Someone who doesn't like dice rolling and stuff. I'm more into the RPs too. Works better for that, in my opinion. Or really contentious opinion. I think Critical Role did a Pathfinder session at one point. I think I watched part of that. I don't remember. What happened in the same one with the goblin one? I'm not sure now, I'll have to look it up later, because it'll bug me. Yes, good old Windows 95. I mean, it depends on what mouse you have as well, you know, because I would not suggest it with a trackball mouse. I remember when it was still DOS, and you'd have to put in your discs, and you'd have to change it. That's how old I am. Oh. Or where mobile phones were like bricks, and you could actually kill someone over how heavy. It was mad heavy. And then they disappeared, and then they came back. The very first mobile phone company that I remember was called Rabbit. I don't know if they were a network or just a maker of mobile phones, but yeah, they were called Rabbit. And there was a shop that I used to go past every day to go to school, and I watched it open and then I watched it close, and all in a state of about 4 years. So weird. Probably the wrong area to set up in where I was living, to be honest. And then it turned into some sort of like art store. Not art store where you buy art supplies, like art store where they sell paintings and sculptures and stuff. And that seemed to do okay. And then it turned into a flower store, and that was it. And then it closed down and stopped being a shop. I mean, we're talking in the state of like 20 years there, so. So, did you use Clip, Bandu, when you're doing it? I can't remember now. Good old Clip. So yeah, we're going to continue now for about 15 minutes, and then I'm going to stop, and we're going to continue on the Thursday, or we'll continue on that, because this stream has gone really, really well. I'm really happy that you all joined me today. I'll try and find some music as well. But yeah, Twitch rules on music are, I've been looking at games to play on Twitch and stuff. I've been very concerned about which ones you can use. Like, I know that Cyberpunk 2077 has got a thing where you can switch off the copyrighted music, but I heard people even got DCMA'd from the well, not DCMA'd, cut off, or whatever it's called, from, like, for example, if there's a radio in the background or something, and like with Fallout and stuff, that's happened with people as well. Like, if, for example, if an NPC has like radios on, you can get hit by it. I think it's the algorithm, isn't it? Something else, but it's a bit naughty that it hits you like that. I think that it happened to someone who was doing Fallout videos on YouTube as well, that every time that he was doing Fallout Raw videos, every time he would like go near a radio, he would have to cut it switch it off, and then he would go, oh, I've got to switch this off because of X, Y, and Z, that's what this is called. And he would say that every time. So bad. And you get in trouble. Yep. Yeah, this is the most. I hope that we would have done it in 2 hours, but it doesn't look like we will. It might be. It might be coming back to it next time, which is fine. I mean, slowly, slowly does it. I mean, you don't want to rush these things. I mean, if people are very bored, as I said, I can always put names of stuff in. We can do terrain if people suggest something. Yeah, noted that the ice wastes are going to be in the south from Goblin Friends. Put in the equator line. We put in a Modroid city. We might do something with the ice waste next time. And features of them. We spot Finn. Probably, so I left it open for a river. So yeah, I might leave that for now. Windows 95 was a bit weird, wasn't it? You don't have the same like startup sounds, you don't have the same start menu. I don't know, I got really stuck on that start menu for a long time. I really hope that when they force us to use Windows 11, it won't be. I mean, I hope that you can still have like a start menu, because that's a really, really useful thing. Having all those weird like I don't know what to call it, like Windows or something, not like Windows. What would you call it? They're like icons or something, not icons exactly, but like your page has like tabs, like mini tabs open, and you click on which one you want. So I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I was in the I get insider mails from Windows, and they sometimes tell me, "Oh, Windows 11 is fantastic." Yeah, I'm sure it will. I'm sure it's nothing like the disaster that you said. You often say this. It's always the alternate version of Windows is good, isn't it? So, for example, Windows 95 and Windows 98 were fine. Windows Millennium was junk. There was Windows XP, which was good, and then there was Windows 7, which was awful, and then there was Windows 8, which no one ever talks about. And then you got Windows 9, which again just sort of like never happened. And then you got Windows X, you get Windows 10. So my jump was right from XP to 10, to be honest. I'm just thinking with 7, to be honest. 8 and 9. Most games were fine with it, so you didn't care. Okay, okay. Alright, so we'll start thinking about wrapping up in about. Hopefully we can get this island done. If anyone has any last minute suggestions, that would be great. We could go out on a nice suggestion. Find out where I am. Thinning out is always a bit of a... Don't even think we'll get this island finished. No matter, slowly wins the race. I'm not in a rush here. I wonder how I'll download the VOD. I'm not sure how to look that up. Relaxing and something to be said about it. Well, we're just nearly finishing up. Will we get the island done? Probably not. Probably not. Okay. Wow. Thank you very much everyone for joining me today. Really appreciate it. If you haven't given me a follow, that would be awesome. If you like... I need to undo a lot of that. If you like manga or Warhammer or roleplay games, please check out my YouTube channel. You can find my link on my Twitter page. Sorry. This VOD will also be uploaded onto my YouTube channel. Probably not today. I don't think I'll be able to do it today. I won't have enough time to digitize it. Probably tomorrow. Want to watch me draw again? Be up there. There's some videos tomorrow on events and Warhammer and stuff. A few bits and pieces such as Magic the Gathering and that's it really. I think I've just got a couple of bits of news. Oh, I need to do the thing about Wild Wasteland. Yeah, I need to do that. A really cool setting. And it brings back the Scion, my favourite D&D class, which I really don't like the way 5th edition has treated Scions. I'm sorry if you like it, but no. Scions are not wizards. Stop trying to turn them into wizards. Like, I know psionic rules were really awkward and clunky, but at least it tried to make them different to wizards. Like, psionic is all about pushing your physical and mental self to do something. For example, there's a part in Wild Wastelands in the Sonic thingy, like you can heal people, but it's not you using your mind to heal them. It's you using your mind to tap into their mind for them to self-heal. It's not like It's not like a magic spell where it's like almost instant. It will be over time, so it's like a heal over time effect. But that's how silence should work, really. I mean, there's like pyromancy and stuff as well, but that's like understanding on a molecular level how to alter states of matter. That's not like a wizard where you use a load of components for your spells or something. Are components still a part of spells in D&D? How much my 5th edition knowledge goes. I'm just too busy looking at Pathfinder, or Starfinder rather. .5, yeah, well, that's my favourite edition of D&D, to be honest. 3.5. That's why I like Pathfinder so much. So it seems to have got a lot of hype from a certain group of people recently, which is stupid. I was telling you not to, you know. All of the rules said just don't be an asshole, and you know, the fact that those rules that passage has to be included says something about the gaming community itself. Not everyone, but some people. That looks so cool. Side knife. I wonder if it's got side knife rules in it. I'm not sure though. First edition is good, yeah. I've got the second edition PDF, Pathfinder PDF, which is which I really need to look through more, to be honest. I saw people flipping out over like a simple page over it. It wasn't even a page, it was like a paragraph, wasn't it? Or like 2 sentences. It was like, you know, just don't be an asshole. That's basically all it said. And don't be an edgelord. Like, I'm sure we've all met edgelords in gaming groups. I'm sure we have. And I'm sure we've all met that type of player who will purposely cheese the game to an unplayable. Not for himself, but for other people. I'm sure we've all met them, and I'm sure we've all dealt with them, and the fact that it needs to be said that don't be a jerk. Well, I think, you know, most people I've met on here that I'm going to game with, in Dollar Mode or whatever, be fine, I think. Really nice people to play with, and I hope so. Especially powers. You hear this. Just you wait until we do the whole ogre arc that I've written for you, matey. Alright, let's just do this little part and then we'll call it. So, thank everyone for their time today, and taking time out of your Sunday, or whether you're relaxing or whatever you're doing today, listening to me draw and talk about various things. I'd like to thank you all for taking the time and spending. Yeah, well, I'm just signing off anyway. So, thank you all for taking your time. Thank you all for joining me. I'm going to try and do this on a Thursday as well, and next Saturday as well. Probably around 2:30 till 4:30, or 3:30 till 5:30, depending on how things go. So do take care of yourselves, everybody. Have a good day. Have a good Sunday. See you guys later. Thank you all for again. Bye bye. Bye bye. Have fun.